Evening, everybody. Thought I'd go live again tonight. Got loads to talk about. Loads of news. Listen in. Could be going on for an hour. Listen to the K-Mac channel. Let's go. Yes. How you all doing tonight? I hope you enjoyed watching that game as much as I did. Maybe beating PSG at their ground just isn't for everybody. It's all about having Saka. It was all about having Thomas Partey, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was about playing good football and scoring goals. And guess what? You can't do that. So you're out. Hey, it's all what we wanted. If anyone's going to win the Champions League, it's going to be the team that knocked us out, eh? And I said it from day one. They were the hardest team to play in that entire tournament. Them and Inter Milan were going to be the ones which would knock us out. And it was PSG, and they're in the final now with Inter Milan. And who knows who's going to win that one. But I'm sure it'll be a great game. I've got to say, though, Barcelona-Inter Milan game was absolutely unbelievable. Both legs, some of the greatest football I've ever seen. Like, I haven't seen a football match like that since the World Cup. Like, what a game that was. Incredible game. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. The drama. A 37-year-old centre-back scoring the equaliser. Come on. And then the Inter Milan player nearly having a heart attack on the pitch because he ran into the crowd and tried to climb up the barrier. Mental stuff. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that today, mate. Just waiting for you to all come in. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. People are starting to come in now. I'm going to do loads of screen shares. Got loads of stuff to talk about. It seems to be just going crazy on the old social medias with player links and things that have come out about contracts and things that have come out from Arsene Wenger about Trent and loads of crazy stuff that I want to talk about. I also want to show you an amazing. In fact, actually, I'm going to show you this right now because I think it's brilliant. I'm going to show you this, which I've found. I think you'll love it. Where is it? I think this is brilliant. I'm just going to share this now. 2 seconds. There we go. Time lapse of us winning the league. Look how long we were sat there for. And look at all those points just going. Look at all those points. I've got an interesting question now. Where do you think number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and potentially number 6 and number 7 will end up at the end of the season? Remember, there's still 9 points to play for. Do you think that number 3 will end up number 2? Or potentially number 4 might end up as number 2? What do you reckon? Because Arsenal have got to play us, and they've also got to play Newcastle. And then you've got Chelsea that have got to play Nottingham Forest as well. So there's plenty of games to play for. And also Liverpool have got to play. Liverpool have got to play Chelsea. No, they haven't. We've already played them and got beat. But I thought that was a really interesting little video that I wanted to show you. Also going to play this as well. Where is it? I'm also going to play this as well. I'm not going to actually play the volume in case I get copywritten, but I'm going to play this, which I thought was quite interesting. Basically, Mo Salah saying that PSG were the best side we played against, and they were the best team we faced all season. And if we didn't have Ali, then we would have got beaten good and proper by them at their ground. And he also said to them, "Go and win it." Obviously, Mo Salah's got friends there. Like he's friends with the owner, isn't he? So he probably knows a few people at PSG. They obviously tried to get him as well, but he didn't want to go, which is great. But yeah, Mo saying that the PSG were the best team we faced all season. I can't disagree with that, to be honest. Also wanted to show you this as well. I've got loads of stuff to cover, like. So this one I thought was quite interesting. So this is actually Mo. You can't really see it well. Let me just make the screen bigger. 2 seconds. Actually making the screen bigger. Is that making the screen bigger? I can't tell. Anyway, basically, it's a list of the number one forwards in the world this season, and it's basically got Mo Salah at the top with 35 matches with 28 goals and 18 assists, which obviously gives us 46 GA. And then you've obviously got Harry Kane with 29 matches, 24 goals, 9 assists. And then you've got Mamouche with 30 games, 21 goals, 12 assists. And then you've got Matteo Retegui with 33 games, 24 goals, 7 assists. And then you kind of get further down with Isaac with 32 games, 23 goals, 6 assists. Then you've got Dembele with 28 games, 21 goals, 8 assists. Lewandowski, 31 games, 25 games, 2 assists. Kylian Mbappe, 30 games, 24 goals, 3 assists. Rafinha, who everyone's talking about Ballon d'Or, not for me, sorry. 32 games, 16 goals, 11 assists. That's not even, that's nothing. That's like, Michael Olise's got 32 games, 10 goals, 16 assists. Like, why isn't he being talked about? Like, bigger things. And Bruyne and Mbeumo, 35 games, 18 goals, 7 assists. These are the numbers we're talking about for Mo. Like, they're astronomical numbers. Like, there is nobody in Europe, there's no one in the world that has more assists than Mo Salah. And there is no one in the world that has more goals than Mo Salah. The closest person to Mo Salah for goals is Lewandowski with 25. And the closest to anyone with assists is Michael Olise with 16. Mo's on another level. Like, Mo is literally on his own island, basically. That's how incredible Mo Salah is right now this season. Like, his numbers are absolutely insane. He has to be in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or. And I also wanted to show you that as well. He's already had votes. So you think City will finish second, Newcastle third, Chelsea fourth, Arsenal fifth? I really hope. I really hope that he do. I really hope they come sixth. If I'm completely honest, um, I really hope they come sixth. If I'm completely honest, going to give a couple of people a big shout out. Big shout Red Rebellion. Big shout James, Zane, Sefeve, Hamza. Big up everyone who's in. Obviously, we all know about this absolute garbage talk that that Mikel Arteta just like he's literally talking about. He's being asked about Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final, and he goes on a rant about Liverpool because he's just a mug. Like seriously, like what the hell is talking about Liverpool got to do with the Champions League? Nothing. Not even in the same competition. Like you're literally in the Champions League. Like don't talk about the Premier League in the Champions League because it makes you sound bitter. And it did. And they were literally talking about Liverpool winning the league with less points that Arsenal finished on. We still have 3 games to go. And we also had a game that we just played that we didn't really bother about because half the players were drunk. So make that make some sense, please. And we also have more points than you now than you had last season. So you're talking out your ass. Talking out of your ass again. You're such an idiot. Such a weirdo as well. Like holding light bulbs in the dressing room. Like talking to people about connection. You're just an oddball. Like wearing a winter jacket in the summer. Like you're just a weirdo. Like just a very weird person, if I'm completely honest. And I hope they stay. I hope they keep him as well because they'll just be forever bottlers, which is just brilliant. Like if Chelsea win a European competition this season, or Tottenham, I mean they have to be classed as being better than Arsenal, don't they? Like they have to be classed as being better than Arsenal this season. If they win a cup competition, they have to. They have to be in the conversation for being the best club in London, so to speak, because they have that competition, don't they? Who's the best club in London? And surely, if Tottenham win a trophy, then they're classed as the best club in London this season, even though they'll finish like I don't know 17th, but they'll still. I'm sorry, yeah, 17th or 18th. Sorry, no, 16th or 15th or 14th. Surely they'll be classed as a better season, like because they won a trophy. Like even Newcastle, like they'd have had a better season because they've won a trophy and they beat Arsenal on the way to that. So for me, like he's just a mug. Like, and he'll probably just get backed again. He'll probably just get another 250 million like he always does. And yeah, do what you want. Like, just keep him. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool, but it makes me laugh that like you've got all these Arsenal fans that are all like really shocked that they lost tonight, really shocked that they blew the league, really shocked that they've just not competed again, and they basically just bottled it again. But this is what they do every season. So why are you surprised? Like, why are you surprised that you got beaten tonight? You got beaten by Newcastle. You got blown away all season by Liverpool in the league. Like, why are you surprised? Like, it's what you do. What you do, Arsenal. Bottled it last season, bottled it the season before, bottled it 2 seasons before that to Tottenham. Yeah, bottled it against Sporting. You know, it's what you do. It's what you do. What you do. Exactly. Anyway, more stuff here to show you. What else have we got? Oh, loads of things here tonight. Okay, so I've got this one. So there's now links knocking around in media now talking about Kostas Tsimikas leaving. He's been with us for 5 years. Can you believe that? I didn't know he'd been with us for 5 years. Time flies when you're not playing. Yeah, so it looks like Kostas will be leaving at the end of the season. So that does mean that there is a potential first team left back coming in. We all know who that's probably going to be. But that confirmation there, to be honest, makes a lot of sense. That he's going to be leaving. We'll be replacing him, and Robbo will probably drop into backup until his final season's over because he's got 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, I think it'll be Kerkez as well. I actually wanted to show you this as well, so I'll actually bring this up. So this one is an interesting one. So Wolves are going to offer El Nouri. This is in the Telegraph. Wolves are going to offer El Nouri a new contract. He's only on 10 grand a week at the moment, which is mad. Liverpool have watched him, but we want Kerkez. We think Kerkez is a better player defensively. Ain't Nouri's a good player. I'm not going to lie. Like, he's a really good player. Like, he scores goals. He sets up a lot of goals. But I feel that if we are going to go down the route of a Connor Bradley, Jerome Frimpong on the right-hand side, I do feel like we'll need more of a defensive player or a player that's got a lot more pace, who looks defensively a bit more solid. And I think Kerkez is that. Kerkez offers a lot defensively. So I feel like that's probably the option. That's probably why we're looking more defensively than an Nouri, who's very attack minded, like really, really attack minded. Not really thinking about defending because they play three at the back, don't they? I mean, you said it there. Like he is much better as a wing back. So it looks like we're probably going to go for Kerkez and not Nouri, especially if he gets a new contract. I mean, do you think he's worth 50 million? Because obviously Kerkez is going to be less. I think Kerkez is going to cost 38. Rumours are we're looking at about 38 million for him. I mean, ain't Nouri's not worth 50 million. Sorry, like it just isn't. Like I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's not worth 50 million. I'm sorry, but that's the information about him. Couple of other bits I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you this actually. I think it's a really interesting one, which I've done a little bit of digging about. So this one popped up. In case you don't know about this, Mamardashvili's agent, Pierre, is in Liverpool, speaking with a company, like a talent company that deals with like looking after players, like prestige stuff. And apparently there was a player or there was a person that came out of a car at the Liverpool building today. I'm going to show you the video. I just bear with me on this, okay? Because this literally just happened today. So let me know who you think this player might be who got out of the car, okay? So I'm going to play you this video. You might have already seen this knocking around. Like, I don't know whether you have. Let me see. Okay, so this is the video. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen. Okay. So this is whether this is breaking news or not, I don't know. Okay, so don't hold me to this one. But who do you think this person is getting out of the car? Okay, who do you think that person is getting out of the car? Now, I've done a bit of digging, all right, and I've looked at this, like I've looked at the video, and I think it could be someone that Arnie Slot used to have as a player, um, who I've raved about massively. No, not Frimpong. I don't think it's Frimpong. Frimpong's got dreadlocks, and I don't think Frimpong's got a beard. he's got a beard, like he's literally got a beard. Frimpong hasn't got a beard. Now, this is really interesting. Okay, so I looked at it. I'm going to play it again. Okay, I'm going to play it again. All right. So I'm going to put it on big screen. Okay, where is it? Here. Okay. Can you see? Oh, someone's just said it in the chat. I actually think it could be. I actually think it might be Geertruida. This was today, by the way. This was this afternoon. Can you see the beard? Could you see the beard as he turned around? Anyway, so I did a little bit of digging, and I find this one quite wild that I've uncovered. So I was looking at Geertruida, yeah. Have a look who Geertruida's agent also manages. Remember, Liverpool have a habit of going after players who have the same agents because it's really easy to communicate and to go and to do things. Joe Gomez has got the same agents as Geertruida. Also, Curtis Jones has got the same agent as Geertruida. Isn't that mad? Isn't that mad that we've actually got two Liverpool players that have got. I don't understand why you wouldn't want him. He's a really good player. He's a really good player. And he's also a player that can play in multiple positions. So while I'm here, I'm actually going to bring up, he didn't have a good season. He hasn't had a good season. Okay, he's 24 years old. Yeah, he's 24 years old, and he looks like the guy that got out the cab. By the way, this is an old photo, though, I think. But he's 24 years old. Yeah, he can play anywhere across the back. Yeah, so he plays right back, centre back. He can also play defensive midfield. Okay, he can also. Okay, that's probably a much better photo of him. Like, if you look at that photo, that definitely looks like the guy that was getting out of the car. Like, it really does. Anyway, he hasn't had an amazing season. Like, he played 23 games, he's got 1 goal. Okay, they haven't been great this season, but he's been fit the whole season. And that's also what I wanted to point out. He's a player that's fit. He plays every game. Yeah. We've got a right back currently who's leaving the club in Trent. Yeah. We've got another right back who everybody wants to be the back who wants to take over from Trent. The guy can't string 3 games together. The guy can't string 3 games together. He can't. Like, love him or hate him, or think he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, but he's really not going to be a reliable player to play every game. Like, he's just not. Geertruida really does like play every game. Look, I'll show you his stats. Okay, I'll show you his stats. He's also won stuff as well because he won stuff with Arnie Slot. So he played pretty much every game this season. Last season he played for Feyenoord under Slot. He scored 8 goals and got 5 assists under Slot last season. He was his guy. He was his guy. Like, and if you look at where he played right back, centre back, and also left back. He played 35 games as right back and got 7 goals and 4 assists. We just haven't had that type of player at Liverpool on the right-hand side who can defensively play and also provide as well. We've had too many flaky right backs, like defensive-wise. That's his guy. He played 3,000 minutes for him. He played all the Champions League, and then he played some of the Europa League when they dropped out. But Geertruida was his guy, and I'll go to the season before. This was the season before. He was Slot's guy again. He played defensive midfield that season as well. So he's a utility guy. He can play centre back, he can play right back, he can play defensive midfield. He played 30 games and got 3 goals and 2 assists. This is when he's 21, by the way. He's 21 years old here. Like, yeah, they had 8 games in the Europa League. This is when they got to the final. He's Slot's guy. Like, it's a really interesting one, though, because Slot hasn't had any players. Like, would anyone begrudge him going to get one of his generals that he knows who works for him? He knows he can fit him into his system. He knows exactly how to play for Slot. And he's also, like you just said, he's really versatile. He's basically like having Gomez. He plays all over the pitch. He can play defensive midfield, centre back, right back. He can even play as a left back if you want him to. But he's just a really, really useful player to have. This was before Slot got to the team. 28 games, 3 goals. That was in the Conference League. Actually, Slot was there. What am I talking about? Slot was there. Slot was there for half a season. He's also 16 caps. I know he's Dutch. I know we got a lot of Dutch players. But for me, I feel like he's a guy which could really do a job for him. I talked about Geertruida at the start of the season. Like you can go and look on my previous videos. I talked about Geertruida a lot. I thought he was going to go and raid Feyenoord and take him, but he ended up going to Leipzig. And there's a reason why he went to Leipzig. Leipzig have a real talent of picking off players from Holland and clubs like that and turning them into 70, 80 million pound players. I think we can get Geertruida out of there relatively cheap. I think he cost about 35 million. I genuinely do. Like, they haven't had a great season. Like, we can go and raid them pretty comfortably for Geertruida. And I think the really interesting thing about it as well is we are looking at players from Leipzig. Like, we are looking at players from Leipzig. Like, this is something that we are doing right now. Like, we've been looking at Sesko. We've been looking at Javi Simmons. We've been linked with Lukeba. Like, we've been linked with players from Leipzig. But I just think it's really interesting that the guy who got out the car that was at Liverpool today, going into Liverpool building, looks like Geertruida. So they're third in the league. In fact, are they third in the league? I don't think they are. They're not third in the league. What am I talking about? They're not third in the league. Let's have a look at the table. They're not third. They're sixth. Leipzig at the moment. Can you still see my screen? Leipzig at the moment could drop out of, could not get into the could not. Leipzig at the moment might not get into the Champions League. We could go and get Geertruida. We could go and get him. Absolutely. He'd want to play Champions League football. That doesn't mean he's being crap. That doesn't mean he's being crap. Leipzig are being crap because they've gone through about 3 different managers. Anyway, I mean, if anyone's going to get him playing well again, it's going to be Slot, isn't it? So, okay, so that was what I wanted to show you on the Geertruida thing. Mamardashvili thing we've done. Mo Salah thing we've done. We've done that one. Wanted to show you this. I think this is quite interesting if you haven't seen it. So this was Dean Huijsen talking about Liverpool, and he said best player in the Premier League was Mo Salah. He also talked about Joel Matip being the most underrated defender, and then he also talked about Mo Salah scoring 2 goals against Bournemouth against him, and he just says, like, he did nothing in that game. He couldn't do anything about the goals, and he's just like, I couldn't do anything about it. Like, and he basically just waxed lyrical about Liverpool. And he said it would be amazing to play with Virgil van Dijk. He goes, it'd be amazing to play for Liverpool. The whole attitude that Liverpool have and the players, it'd be incredible to be part of that, he said. I mean, we're trying to sell him the project. We're trying to sell Dean Huijsen the project. Really interesting. I think he'd be an absolutely sensational player. It's a really good interview, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I'd recommend you go and watch it. It's on the I can't remember the channel. You can go and find it though. It's really good. It's a really good interview. It's like an hour long. It's an hour long. That's it, called Papa Pinnacus. Papa Pinnacus it is. It's on YouTube. It's absolutely brilliant. I watched it and I just thought, Dean Huijsen's he's an absolute lad. Like, it'd be great to get him. Also, want to bring this up. So it just talks about Liverpool's alternative defenders that we're looking at. Also brings up Florent Plettenberg. Liverpool have once again made a strong push for Dean Huijsen in recent days. So we're either going to loan or sell Gerald Quansah. I think Quansah will be sold, if I'm completely honest. We are also so it just says in here, Kerkez is Liverpool's top of the shopping list. And also it says that we've also got interest in El Nouri. He's our alternative. I just wanted to show you these numbers though. Can you see? Yeah, I just wanted to show you El Nouri's and Kerkez's numbers. So this is this season. So they both played every game, by the way, which is the reason why we're talking about these players, because Slot wants players that are going to be on the pitch. And these two are on the pitch every single game. Yeah. 11 goals and assists for El Nouri, 7 for Kerkez, 84% pass accuracy for El Nouri, 75 for Kerkez, 1.2 key passes, 1 key pass for Kerkez, more tackles won by El Nouri, more blocks, more take-ons completed, more aerials won. Like, El Nouri is a better player. All up. That's just a fact. But El Nouri is 2 years older than Kerkez. So can you imagine how good Kerkez is going to be in two more years after playing in the Prem? He's going to be sensational. Really is. I also think this is probably El Nouri's best season ever. I think this is just a normal season for Kerkez. Like, I think he can go on even better. Like, put him in a better team, give him better players around him. I mean, he's going to score more. He's going to get more goals and assists, 100% if he's at Liverpool, because you're going to have the likes of Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, Diaz, some sensational players around him. He's also going to be playing with his buddy as well, Dominic Szoboszlai. You don't know what their kind of relationship's going to be like. So I just wanted to show you that because the numbers are there. That was that. Also wanted to show you this as well, just because it's cool. Oh. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that because it's cool. That's now dropped on the Liverpool website. They're doing a new shirt of the Champions League in gold and black, which is just stunning. Absolutely gorgeous kit, that. Just thought I'd post that up because it's cool. Also wanted to just post this one up as well. So Fabrizio Romano are saying that Liverpool are eyeing a move for Isak. 27 goals, 6 assists in 40 matches. His contract runs out 2028. It obviously talks about what he offers, but it's just another. It's basically just another article which seems to be coming out quite relentlessly about Isak. I also wanted to drop this one in as well. So this is the KDB rumours that came from Sky, which is Liverpool are looking to offer 400k a week to KDB. What I do want to say about the KDB thing, okay, is I don't think this is the same as Thiago. I don't think this is the same as Thiago. And the reason why I say it is Kevin De Bruyne is a very, very special player. Like, even half a season of Kevin De Bruyne, I think, is worth it. Like, it's not a coincidence that Manchester City are now in third place and are also in a cup final and are also pushing for runner-up because Kevin De Bruyne is fit again. That's not a coincidence. Like, he scored loads of goals and he has loads of assists since he's come back. Like, that's not a coincidence. Like, Manchester City are a much better team now because they have Kevin De Bruyne in it. Like, even like, take away Rodri, yeah? You can take away Rodri, you can take away Haaland. If you're putting Kevin De Bruyne in that Manchester City team, even with a load of bums, he makes them better. He scores them goals. He creates so much for them. He's the heartbeat. He is an absolutely phenomenal footballer. And if we can get a year or two out of Kevin De Bruyne at Liverpool, I'll say it right now. I think we'll win. I think we'll win the Premier League again, and I think we'll potentially win a Champions League in the next 2 years. If we can have a Kevin De Bruyne at Liverpool for 2 years and manage his fitness the way our medical department and fitness team are managing our own players, as in Canate, Virgil, Mo, Robbo, Jota, just the list goes on of players which are having longer seasons and are playing more football than they've ever played before. And we are keeping them on the pitch more than anybody else. Like, somebody ran a report of all the players in the Premier League that have played the most football. Yeah. And he brought a report up of 20 players. Yeah. The top 5 players were all goalkeepers because they would be. Yeah. The 6th and the 7th were Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk. Like, that's the reason why we won the league. The reason why we won the league is because we've kept our best players fit and on the pitch more than anybody else has. And then you go down to like 10th, and then you got Gravenberch. And you're like, that's the reason why. And then you got McAllister. And then you've got Dominic Szoboszlai. And they're all in the top 20 of the longest time on the pitch. That's not a coincidence. If we could have a Kevin De Bruyne that we can bring on and take off and play him in the big games, my God. Like, I mean, would you pay 20 million for Kevin De Bruyne? Because if you pay 20 million for Kevin De Bruyne, then you pay 400,000 a week for his wages. Because that's how much he costs. Because he's free. I'm just saying. It's on Sky Sports. But you also have to think about who Kevin De Bruyne's friend is, and also who his next door neighbour is. He's our captain, Virgil van Dijk. Kevin De Bruyne is a winner. He's won everything. Like, more winners at Liverpool. Hell yeah. We were going to offer 400 grand to Trent. Well, Trent said no. We give it to Kevin De Bruyne. Everybody talks about it's not our money. Everybody talks about, oh, it's not our money. Give Trent the bag. It's not our money. Give Kevin De Bruyne the bag. He's a winner. He's a winner. He's won multiple titles and cups and everything. Like, he won a treble. He won a famous treble with Manchester City. The guy is an absolute winner, and he's also a Liverpool fan. That is a really good point. We have not got a difference maker. We have not got a difference maker if it's not Mo. KDB can be that extra difference maker. I'm all for it. I'm telling you, I'm on the KDB train. I'm on the KDB train. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to say his name now. Like he's dead to me now. He's gone. He's gone to me. If you want to know how I really feel, then watch some of my previous videos. There's nothing they can do about it. He's going on a free transfer. He's leaving the club at the end of the season on a free. They can't do a thing about it. And he's also said he wants to stay in the Premier League. He said he wants to stay in the Premier League. He still thinks he's got a lot to offer. And you know what? He could offer that with us. He could be our Gary McAllister. Oh my God. Do you remember some of those free kicks by McAllister? Jesus. He could be our Mac, couldn't he? He could be our other Mac. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He can start games and then go onto the bench. He can start games and then come off. Like, I don't care. Like, sign him up. Like, honestly, just give us more options. Give us more options. Anyway, that's what I think about the KDB rumors. I'm all in. Also, he's linked with Napoli as well. By the way, I just wanted to show you this. Oops. Yeah, he's also linked with Napoli. I found this as well. But Napoli can't afford his wages. But he's linked with Napoli. Can we also just talk about his numbers, by the way? He's got 108 goals and 177 assists in his career in 418 games. Like my word. Like, he is an absolute baller. And he's 34. Is he 34 or 33? I think he's 33. He's won 6 Premier Leagues. I mean, just absolute baller. Like, all day long. All day long, I take him. We probably could get him on less wages, by the way. I reckon we probably could. I think he's on 500 grand now, isn't he? We could probably get him for less. We'd probably get his wages down. I don't know, man, but I'm all for that. What I did want to show you, though, is this. Where is it? So this is by Mo Stewart. I really like Mo Stewart, by the way. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out on YouTube. Really good. Mighty Mo. Really good. So he thinks Liverpool will have a big transfer window and the Premier League habit will be broken. And I want to read some of his stuff out. So Liverpool is generally reluctant to spend big in the transfer market. Yes, that's true. In a golden age, Coach Ronnie Moran would bring medals into the dressing room with no congratulations, only a reminder of the start date for pre-season training. That was how we used to do things when we used to win title after title. There's another mountain to climb, and the best time to recruit is from a position of strength. Totally agree. Arne Slot's had the whole season to decide on what he wants. I think it's pretty obvious who he wants and what he wants now, because he's had plenty of time to look at the team, and I think he knows who he wants to replace and who he wants to sign. And obviously, sporting director Richard Hughes, and in conjunction with Will Spearman. Will Spearman's fantastic, by the way, data research. He's head of their data research team. They've had plenty of time to assess and look at players. So there's a number of players that we're linked with. 2 of them happen to be at Bournemouth, who Richard Hughes actually signed in Milos Kerkez and Dean Huijsen. So he knows how much they cost, what wages they're on, and the release clauses. And he's also got the relationship with the players and the relationship with the actual agents. So Richard Hughes is probably the best person if anyone's going to go buy anyone out of Bournemouth. Also, we've also been linked with loads of other players like Anthony Robinson, Ola Ayana, El Nouri, Bruyne and Buemo, Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus is being linked heavily with Arsenal now, by the way. Also, Lavia, Caicedo, all these other lot, yeah. What he did mention, though, is he mentioned last season, FSG have signed 16 first-team players on a permanent transfer in the last transfer windows. Since the club was last crowned champions, Ben Davies, Fabio Carvalho, Calvin Ramsey, Kostas Tsimikas, Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez. They're the last 10 players that we've signed. Sorry, they're the last players that we've signed, which is not a lot of players. Like, not a lot of players. We've obviously got the midfield lot that we bought as well. So far, we've got Chiesa and Mamadashvili. I think Chiesa will go. Pep and Linders wanted Diaz and Nunez. And he got Julian Ward to sign those. Klopp wanted Endo. We all know that. Thiago, Canate, Dominic Szoboszlai, Gravenberch all come from the Bundesliga. So there was other players that we were linked with, like Czech Decore that was 70 million. Do you remember that? And then obviously Adam Morton and Tyler Diblin are also linked. What he did talk about is he talked about Caicedo. Okay, so what he has talked about is he's talked about money. Isak would definitely have the ability to be a number 9 for us. 130 million, he thinks, would get you Isak. 85 million would get you Hugo Ekitike. Yeah. Chris Bascom in the Telegraph and Lewis Steele have said that we're willing to invest 130 million in Isak, whether we get him at that club. Then the likes of Kirkes and Huijsen, that would be a combined 95 million. So it's a decent article. So if we're looking at Isak, 130 million, and then you're looking at Huijsen and Kirkes, 95 million. That's 225 million on 3 players. I really don't see that being. I don't see that being what we do. I just don't. That's interesting though. That could have been Mbeumo. It could have been Mbeumo. Actually, he does look a bit like him. It's funny that though. For me, I think it will be. I think it will be Kirkes. I know we've been linked with Gerald Hatto, but I think he'll go. I think he might go to Real Madrid, Hatto, or he might just stay another year. I still think he's too young. He's only 19, just turned 19 as well. So I think it'll be Kirkes. I think we'll get Kirkes for about 38, maybe 35, round that number. I really don't know about Dean Huijsen. The issue I've got with Dean Huijsen is if he comes, I think Canate goes, and I don't want Canate to go. So if we didn't get Huijsen and we did go for a Geertruida, then Geertruida could play centre-back as well. So he could be your centre-back and your right-back option. So you've got the rotation of right-back with Bradley, and then you've also got the rotation of centre-back with Canate. and he's more than capable of doing that. But Dean Huijsen, it would be one hell of a project you're selling, because there are so many other clubs that want Huijsen that will give him first team football, and he will be their number one. Like, he will just be their number one. And I don't think we can't offer that. If Konate stays, we can't offer that. And I just think Gomez and Quansah I think they'll just go. I think they'll be sold. And I think we'll get a third in. I don't think we need a fourth, but I think we'll get a third in. And the third might be a Geertruida or a Huijsen, or I mean, I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know any others. Like, we've just not been linked with any right-sided players, to be honest. I mean, we've been linked with Frimpong. Like, could we go and get a Frimpong, and then we have a more defensive left back, and then Frimpong can just go and do that, running up and down the wing like a crazy person. Like, I think Frimpong is going to happen. Like, I really do. There's just too much smoke now. Too many links. Too many different media outlets. David Ornstein's even brought his name up. Yeah, I think Frimpong could be a done deal. Like, and I also told you about Slot was talking to him weeks and weeks ago. Slot was having conversations with him on the phone, and everyone was like, "Oh, you don't know anything." Well, I knew that, didn't I? So shut up. Yeah, I did know that. And also Angelo Stella, like, heavily linked to Angelo Stella now. We had scouts at the game. He's another name that's come up that I also talked about. I talked about Kirkes ages ago. It would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense if we went and got a couple of those players, and then we also looked at the amount of players that could leave. Like, I could count 20. I could count 20 players that would leave the club that I would not care about. I would not be bothered if they all left. Genuinely wouldn't be asked. Like, I'll show you now. So I'm going to show you the entire squad. Where's the team? Current squads. Okay. So I'm going to show you the squad. 2 seconds. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do. There's 25 of you in here. I don't know why it's low tonight. There must be another show on. Okay, so just looking at the current squad. Well, I am. You're not. There you are now. Alisson, yeah. Mamadashvili, yeah. And then you'll have one more. So I think Jaros will go on loan. I think Queven will be sold. I think Joe Gomez will go. He'll be sold. Virgil stays. Konate potentially stays. If he signs a new contract, he stays. If he doesn't, I think Dean Huijsen's his replacement. And I'm not good with that. I'm not good with that. Konate needs to stay for me. Costas goes. Robbo stays. Trent gone. Quansah goes. Or he goes on loan. Or he goes. Maybe we can use him. Maybe we can use him to get some money to pay for Huijsen, or to pay for Frimpong or Kirkes. I don't know. But so far, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players out of the goalkeepers and defenders already will be gone. I haven't got an issue with them because none of them are first team players. Queven, I don't want to see go, but Queven is, he needs to play football, and we're getting Mamadashvili in, who's eventually going to replace Alisson. So I think that's cool. And Mamadashvili is also younger. Obviously, Connor stays. Wataru Endo stays. Dom stays, McAllister stays, Curtis stays, Elliott I think could go. There's loads of links with Elliott now. Wolves are looking at breaking their transfer record and offering 50 million for Elliott. Makes a lot of sense. They've really not replaced the guy who went to Wolves, who I can't remember his name. They've never replaced him. Gibbs. They've never replaced him. Gravenberch stays. McConnell will probably go on loan. Tyler Morton will be sold. He's not played anyway. Trey Ione, maybe we keep him around or maybe we send him out on loan. So then you've got 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 players there. Sorry, 8 players will go. McConnell will go on loan. He won't be sold. He'll go on loan. So that's 8. So we've got 8 now. Then you've got Diaz. Diaz stays. I think he signs a new contract. Nunez goes. I also wanted to show you some statistics on Nunez, which will make you understand why we need to get rid of him. Most days, obviously, Chiesa goes. Chiesa's been an absolute disaster. Like he just has. Like there's no point. There's no point even keeping him. Like there's just no point. Maybe try and flip him. Maybe try and get 25 million. Napoli and AC Milan are interested in him. Cody stays. Jota goes. Jota's been a disaster. Really had a poor season. Had a poor last season as well. At the start of it. I just think if we can get 30, 40 million, I think that's great money. He's been linked with a lot of clubs as well, so there'll be suitors for him. Obviously, Mamardashvili comes in. Stefan comes back. Doak. I don't know about Doak. I think we'll probably sell Doak. We want 25 million for him. I think Jayden Dance might go as well. I think he might either go on loan again or he might be sold. He's too injury prone. Lewis Kumas, there's a lot of rumours of a couple of clubs wanting him. Chambers maybe goes on loan again or comes back, but he'll be the age of 21. So maybe we keep him, maybe we sell him for 10 million or something. Owen Beck will be sold. Cade Gordon will be sold. Calvin Ramsey will be sold. Phillips will just go on a free. Stephenson will be sold. Williams will be sold. And the rest, who cares? There is one guy here, though, that I wanted to mention. 2 guys, actually. I think Rio will be in our first team next season. There's a lot of rumours that Slot really wants him to play more football and he wants to integrate him into the first team. So he could be our 5th or 6th choice striker next season, which means we might not sign another player to replace an outgoer. So if we get rid of Nunez and Jota, we might only sign one and then play Rio as the other. Have him as a backup 5th. Just saying. And I also think Callan Scanlon might stay and might end up maybe being the 3rd choice left back, or maybe even being the 3rd choice left winger, because he's a good player, but he got injured this season, and all the others, who cares? They're just kids. Some of them are just not good enough. James Blauszagi can go, Mabea can go, Jonas can go, Challoner can go. Who else? Kyle Kelly can go as well, and Lafferty can go as well. None of them are good enough. I've seen them in the under 18s as well, and the under 21s. They're not good enough. I don't think they're good enough anyway. So if I just count the numbers of players that could go that are in the first team and also reserves, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then obviously you've got 2 players on loan. 19, 20. Yeah, 20. I did say 20. Yeah, so 20. 20 players out the club, like gone, and 2 of them will come back potentially, maybe 3 of them, but potentially 17 players could leave Liverpool, and I couldn't care less. Like, I really couldn't care less. Like we're not going to miss them one bit. For me, like, we're just not. They don't play enough football. They've never been good enough. One of them's been great. No, 2 of them have been great. Like, they've been great, but they don't fit slot system. And unfortunately, if you don't fit a slot system, then you just are you ever gonna be that guy the slot's gonna play? And I'm talking about Jota and I'm talking about Elliott. You're just not. So unfortunately, that's where I stand with those. I also wanted to show you this because I think this one might actually blow your mind. So I'm going to go through Darwin Nunez's last season and a half. Okay, bear with me. All right. Okay. So I want to ask you a question in the chat. There's 30 of you in here now. When did Darwin Nunez lose form? When did he lose the great? When did he go from the great form that he had to the dreadful form that he's got now and had for a long time? Was it this season, or was it last season? And if it was last season, what game do you think it started at? The day he signed for Liverpool. That's funny. He was never consistent. I know he wasn't consistent, but he was still a player that played well on the pitch in games. Like, whether he scored or not, sometimes he'd have good games, sometimes he wouldn't, but he'd still contribute. Since the red card headbutt, that was only like 3 games, anything, right? So I want to show you the game where he changed from Nunez to Punez, okay? And it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Bear with me, okay? So let's have a look at Darwin Nunez's games. Yeah, so let's have a look at his games. Okay, so this is this season. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah, so this is this season. Yeah. So crap against Chelsea, crap against Tottenham, crap against Leicester. Well, he didn't play. He was on the bench, Leicester. Crap against Fulham, crap against Everton. Being crap for his national team. Yeah. Crap against Bolivia, crap against Argentina, crap against Newcastle, crap against PSG, scored against Southampton. Remember Southampton. Remember the games against Southampton, okay? I want to make it really clear. The games that Nunez plays well in are against really shit teams. Really shit teams. There's a reason why. Because they're really shit teams. Yeah. Got the assist for PSG away. Can't take that away from him, by the way. Like, great assist. Crap against Newcastle. Crap against he didn't play against Man City. Crap against Villa. Crap against Wolves. Crap against Everton. Crap against Plymouth. He played against Plymouth. Crap against Tottenham. And we won 4-0, and he didn't even score or assist. Crap against Bournemouth. Crap against Ipswich. Do you see where I'm going here? Do you see how far back I'm going? Okay. Still going. Crap against Lille. Scored those 2 goals against Brentford when he came on as a sub. Okay? Can't take that away from him. We know why he scored those 2 goals against Brentford. Because Brentford were dead. We had about 5 billion shots at them. Their goalkeeper got man of the match. We absolutely battered them all game. Yeah? He came on and he just stood in the goal. Stood in the middle of the penalty box. And the ball found him twice because no one was marking him and everyone was knackered. Okay? Not having it. Sorry, not having it. Like, you scored 2 goals. Done. That's it. Didn't do anything else in the game. You were dreadful in the game. Crap against Accrington Stanley. I'm sorry. You got an assist, but you were shit in that game. Tottenham, you were crap. Guys and girls, I'm not making this up. This is our number 9. Look at the amount of games he's played. Crap against Man United, crap against West Ham, crap against Leicester, crap against Tottenham. Scored again against Southampton. Scored again against Southampton. The worst team in the Premier League. The worst team ever to go down. Yeah? Got an assist against Fulham. We were absolutely toilet. Like, we were toilet in that game because of Robbo. Yeah? But he got an assist in that game. Okay, fair play. Slim pickings here. Slim pickings. I'm giving it Vim. Crap against Girona. Crap against Newcastle. Crap against Manchester City. Crap against Real Madrid. Crap against Southampton again. He didn't do well in that game. He was crap against Brazil. He was crap against Colombia. He scored that goal against Aston Villa. Do you remember that goal? Do you remember that goal against Aston Villa where Arne Slot didn't even think that he should have scored it because he took the shot from a weird angle and he should have passed the ball? Arne Slot said it in a press conference afterwards. It was a weird goal, but he scored it, okay? We'll give him that. Crap against Leverkusen. Crap against Brighton. I'm still not at the time where Nunez started to become shit. I'm still not at that time. Crap against Brighton. Crap against Arsenal. Oh, you got an assist against Arsenal. Fair play. I remember that game. Yeah, he did. Fair play. Scored that goal, which Mo Salah's shot with header was going in anyway. But yeah, he scored that goal. We'll give him that. We'll give him that one. Crap against Chelsea. Crap against Ecuador. Crap against Peru. He's not scoring for his international team, by the way. Just making that clear. Didn't play against Palace. Crap against Bologna. Got an assist against West Ham when we battered them. Like, he still didn't score. And then he scored against Bournemouth. Yeah, scored against Bournemouth. I remember that one. Yeah. Still not great form. His form's even worse here, by the way. Okay. Rubbish against Milan. Rubbish against Forest. Rubbish against Manchester United. Rubbish against Brentford. Didn't play against Ipswich. That is the whole of this season. It's the whole of this season. I can only pick out 3 games. I can only pick out 3 games where he was important. 3 games out of every game this season. 3 games. Now I'm going to go into last season because this is where it carried on. It continued. I'll show you the games. It continued. he was rubbish against Canada. He was rubbish against Colombia. He was rubbish against Brazil. He was rubbish against the USA. This is in the Copa America, by the way. Yeah. He had 2 good games here against Bolivia and against Panama, and also against Mexico. He did. Yeah. But these were friendlies. But this is irrelevant because this is when we needed him. This is when we needed Nunez at the end of last season, when we were going for the league. Rubbish against Wolves, rubbish against Villa, rubbish against Tottenham, rubbish against West Ham, rubbish against Everton, rubbish against Fulham. No goals, no assists. Rubbish against Atalanta, away. This is when it all went wrong. This is when Nunez disappeared. Rubbish against Palace. Rubbish against Atalanta at home. Atalanta at home. Atalanta at home back in April 2024 was when it all went wrong. That's when it all went wrong. That's when Nunez's goals and assists, which you can clearly see here, dried up. Look, goals, assists, every game. Can you see? Every game, goals and assists. Really important to Liverpool. Atalanta at home to Liverpool was when Nunez disappeared. That was it. He was done. And we have never seen that Nunez back at the club. What happened? What's changed? Like I see so many people saying that it's Arne Slot's fault that Nunez isn't playing well. He's not playing him right. He's doing things wrong. He's not giving him a chance. Okay, so do we explain what happened last season then? Because he played last season, yeah, and his form disappeared at Atalanta at home, and it never came back. And that was the whole of last season. Like, that was, let's count the games. Let's just count the games. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 9 games. That was 9 games last season that he was shit and he didn't score any goals and he didn't get any assists. He carried his terrible form from last season into this season and he's never recovered. He's never recovered. And that's the reason why he needs to go, because he's not going to recover at Liverpool. He's not. He's had a whole season to prove it, and he's not done it. He's not done it. He's been given chances. He's been given so many chances to play, and he's come on and done nothing. He's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And that's the reason why. Like, you can spin it how you want if you're a Nunez sexual. You can spin it however you want, you Nunez sexuals out there. But for me, his form disappeared when we played Atalanta at home and got tonked 3-0. And he tried that stupid chip, and he also tried that other header, and he was dreadful. And he's never recovered. He's just never recovered, and he's never done anything for me that puts him back into a fan's favourite. And to be honest, I don't think he should have been given a chance. I think other players should have been picked over him, and other players should have been given the opportunity. But Chiesa wasn't, and Jadon Danns wasn't. They just weren't. And it is what it is. But for me, that's it. That's it. It was over before it really started. Like, and I've showed you the numbers, and I've showed you the form, and the form has been absolutely dreadful. And the interesting thing about it is, SofaScore is not a biased website. These are voted by the fans. Like, you can go on SofaScore and vote for your man of the match, and you can vote for your player rating. And this is what the fans give them overall. And the numbers are dreadful. He very rarely gets a 7. Like, if you've got a player that very rarely gets a 7, and he's very rarely out of the yellow or the orange in games, then why are you picking him? Why are you picking him? And you're spot on. Finished all three seasons on the bench, having worn out all the coaches. You're not wrong. Every single season, he ends up back on the bench at the end of it. And we need to move on. Like, we just need to move on from this player. And I just want to bring this up because we are heavily linked with this guy now. We are heavily, heavily linked with this guy now. We really are. Okay. And I'm just going to bring up his season. Okay. So we're heavily linked with Alvarez. Like, we really are. Like I'm starting to think that I'm past 60% that we might get Alvarez in. I really am starting to think that we might get Alvarez in. And there's a lot of rumours coming out of Spain that Atletico Madrid are looking at Victor Gyökeres to replace him, or even Darwin Nunez to replace him. Alvarez doesn't think he's going to be able to win trophies with Atletico Madrid, and he wants to come back to the Premier League. He's got unfinished business. He says Alvarez and KDB. Oh my God! I've only just thought of that. Oh my God! Alvarez and KDB. Wow. Okay, so I wanted to quickly show you Alvarez's season. Okay, and this is the contrast in you replace Nunez with Alvarez. Okay, you sell Nunez, you get what, 60 million, 50 million, 60 million, and you get Alvarez who will cost 90, 100. Yeah, that's what you do. Okay, he wanted to come to us last season, by the way. Like, make no bones about it. He wanted to come to us last season, but Manchester City wanted silly money and they wanted Diaz, and we weren't prepared to do that. Which, in hindsight, I think we would have liked to, but we still won the league, so who cares? So I just wanted to show you Alvarez's season. Okay, played against Alvarez in the last game. Didn't have a great game, but played against Rayo Vallecano, got a goal. Played against Las Palmas, they got beat. That was an interesting game. And Stefan Baccetis played unbelievable in that game, by the way. But then played against Rayo Vallecano, got 2 goals. Played against Seville, got a penalty. So he got 2 penalties in that game, a penalty in that game. Did he get a penalty or did he score? Yeah, he got 2 penalties and a penalty in that game. He also wins penalties as well, by the way. They obviously got beat by Barcelona. They drew with Espanyol. He played against Brazil and scored. He played against Uruguay and scored. Obviously, Nunez didn't. Played against Barcelona and scored. The Real Madrid game, they obviously won that game. He had a good game, but he didn't score. Played against Real Madrid in the Champions, not in the Champions League. Was it Champions League? Well, he scored against Real Madrid in that game. Scored against Atleti. He scored the winner against Atleti. Scored and got an assist against Barcelona. Scored 2 goals against Valencia, past Mamardashvili, by the way. Didn't score in the Celta game. Scored a penalty against Real Madrid. Got an assist against Getafe. Didn't score in the Mallorca game, but did have a good game. Scored against Salzburg. Scored 2 goals against Leverkusen to win that game. Scored against Elche. Scored against Osasuna that won that game. Had a good game against Marbella. They beat Barcelona. Scored against Slovan in the Champions League. So this is just this season, by the way. Scored in that game in the Copa del Rey. Scored against Valladolid. Scored 2 goals against Sparta Prague. Had a good game against Argentina. Against Peru. Had a good game against Paraguay, but got beat. Scored the winner against Mallorca. Played against PSG. Played against Las Palmas again, where they won. Scored 2 goals in the Copa del Rey, penalty and a goal. Scored the only goal against Lille, where they got beat. Scored, got an assist in the Lagonas game. Scored against Bolivia. Scored the equaliser against Sociedad. And then obviously scored the winner against Celta. So is this the start of the season? Oh, this is the start of the season. Played well in the first game. Scored the Valencia game. So the La Liga starts there. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is he scores a lot of winners, yeah, and he plays really well in most games. Like he's a really, really good player. Most of his games, he's either yellow or green. So he's either in the 7s, in the 8s, or he's high in the 6s. He's a goal machine. He's a total upgrade, but he's an absolute machine. Like his off the ball work is phenomenal. Look, is there a coincidence that Manchester City aren't doing well this season because they sold him? Probably. He got 13 goals and 11 assists last season. Like, you take out Alvarez out of that Manchester City team and Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri, there's going to be a massive drop-off. There just is, because you're losing loads of assists off De Bruyne, you're losing loads of control and tackles off Rodri, and you're also losing goals and assists off Alvarez. And you haven't got good enough players to replace that. So that's probably the reason why Manchester City dropped off a cliff, because they lost Alvarez. And if we can get Alvarez, and I mean, God, if we could get Alvarez and Kevin De Bruyne, my God, that is an absolute dream. Like, it just is. He was. And it's not just that Red Rebellion. He played everywhere. He played right wing. He played attacking midfield. He played in midfield. He played up front. He played on the left. He played on the right. He was just a utility guy that just got rinsed all over the place by Pep. And Pep never let him be the main man. And he deserved it. Like, he really did deserve a chance to be the main guy. Like, that's what he wants. He's 24, by the way. He's 24. Like, he's still got a couple of years before he's even in his prime. Like, he's just an absolute machine. He really is. And he's a team player. It's no coincidence that Argentina won the Copa America Cup, or Copa del Rey, I think it's called, and the World Cup when Alvarez started playing. There's no coincidence. Alvarez and McAllister. I mean, can we just say those three together? Alvarez, Kevin De Bruyne, and McAllister. Like, they all know each other. Like, I mean, Liverpool are cooking. They are cooking. If we go and get those two, those three, we've already got one of them. If we go and get those two, anyway, I don't see a reason why we couldn't. I don't see a reason why we couldn't squeeze Alvarez out of Atleti. I don't see why we couldn't get him out that club. Like, I think the project is a better sell. I just do. Like, and I mean, what if the Kevin De Bruyne signing is to get Alvarez back into the Premier League? Like what if he is the key? Like, Alvarez wants to play with Kevin De Bruyne again. Okay, well, we'll just go and get Kevin De Bruyne on a free transfer. Alvarez, are you ready to come back? Yeah, all right, mate. Okay, cool. Like, big up, Jack. I mean, it's serious, isn't it? I mean, it really is serious. If we go and get him, if we go and get those two, and you're replacing, who are you replacing? You're replacing Jota and Nunez. You're replacing Jota and Nunez with Julian Alvarez and Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, what are you smoking at the Emirates? Because Liverpool are smoking titles. Honestly. And they took Nunez off us. I mean, that'd be even better, wouldn't it? If Carlsberg did transfer windows, then that would be the transfer window, wouldn't it? And that could be the key. Like, they could literally be going, oh, you know what? We're not prepared to let Alvarez go because we need a striker replacement. All right, then. All right, we'll give you 60 million in Nunez. We'll give you 60 million in Nunez. How's that work? Yeah, all right, cool. Okay, then. And the interesting thing about it is, we obviously had conversations with the agents of Alvarez and also conversations with Alvarez last season, because we could have signed him, but Manchester City wanted 100 million and Diaz, and we just went, that's too much for us. Like, maybe we might have parted with 100 million, but they wanted Diaz as well, and I think that's probably just too much. I think it was getting to the stage where, like, oh, this is a bit of a piss take now. Like, what are you going to ask for next? You ask for Mo Salah or Trent next. So I just think that is an opportunity that I don't think you could turn down. Not expecting Kevin De Bruyne to play max 25 games a season. Well, how many games has he played this season? Shall we have a look how many games he's played this season? Let's have a look at Kevin De Bruyne. Let's have a look at how bad Kevin De Bruyne's season's been, because I think this might shock some people. He's only 33, by the way. He's only a year older than Salah. Okay, how bad's Kevin De Bruyne's season been? Well, I'm sorry to break your hearts, guys, but he still played more minutes than a lot of our players, and he still got 6 goals and 8 assists. So he's still got more goals and assists than Nunez and Jota. And Kevin De Bruyne has had the worst season ever. Seriously? Seriously? He got 8 assists this season, and he's still got 3 games left, by the way, and a cup final. And you don't think he's going to win the cup final? Like, he'll win the cup final because it's Kevin De Bruyne. Like, just look at the numbers, man. 17 assists. 17 assists, and he played 1,700 minutes last season. 28 assists the season before. He's an absolute machine. He's a monster. He is. Get him when he's 33. I don't care. A 33-year-old Kevin De Bruyne can still get us 15 assists in a season and potentially 10 goals. Because you're putting him in a better team. You're putting him in a team with Mo Salah in it. Like, honestly, like, he could be available on a free transfer, man. I mean, there has to be conversations. You have to be wondering now whether that is something that the club have looked at and gone, you know what, we should probably do these things. So let's just have a look at his season, okay? So let's just have a look at Kevin De Bruyne's crap season. Yeah, no, he's a boyhood red as well, mate. He's a boyhood red. Apparently, Alvarez is a Liverpool supporter as well, but yeah, Alvarez is a Liverpool supporter as well, apparently. So scored the winner against Wolves, which put them into third place, 2 points behind Arsenal. He didn't play against Forest. Played against Villa, had a really good game. Played against Everton, had a really good game. Got a goal and an assist against Palace, who they've got in the final. Didn't play well against Manchester United, but that was quite possibly the worst game of football ever in history. On the bench for Leicester. Had a good game against Bournemouth by the looks of it. These are all they're all in the green, by the way. All of these are in the green. Massive difference. Got an assist again. Got an assist for Belgium. Got an assist for Belgium again. Like still playing for Belgium. Didn't play well against Brighton. Played well against Forest, even though they got beat. Got a goal and an assist against Plymouth. More than we did. More than Nunez did. Benched against Tottenham. Didn't play well against us, but no one did. Benched against Real Madrid. Benched against Newcastle. Didn't play well against Real Madrid when they got tonked. Scored against Leyton Orient. Didn't play well against Arsenal. He had a really good start to the season, I remember. You know what? I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered going through all of Kevin De Bruyne's numbers this season because we don't need to. Like, we're linked with him. If we can get him, that would be unbelievable. He's next door neighbours with Virgil. He also goes to the F1 with Virgil. You just put it in the chat there. He's Bezos. He is. He's a Liverpool supporter. What more do you want? Like you replace Harvey Elliott with Kevin De Bruyne because everyone's banging on about Harvey Elliott should be playing. Well, what if we just swapped him with Kevin De Bruyne and we sold Harvey Elliott for 50 million to Wolves? I'm cool with that. I actually think Kevin De Bruyne is probably better off the ball than Harvey Elliott, and Kevin De Bruyne is 33. And let's be honest, we could do with a few more winners, couldn't we? Like, every team could do with a winner, could do with someone who's won it all. And this guy's won the treble. And all our fans are disappointed. There's so many fans are pissed off this season that we got beat by PSG, who were in the final of the Champions League, and we got beaten by Newcastle in the cup final, who were potentially going to finish third or second. And obviously, we didn't do well enough in those trophies because winning the treble seems to be something normal, ridiculous. Like the Premier League was always going to be our number one target, always. It was never going to be anything else. Everything else was going to be we might go for it. We'll put a team out. We'll put a team out that could potentially win. Are you trying to tell me that the team we put out against Plymouth shouldn't have beat Plymouth? Like, we literally played Jota, Nunez and Diaz, and we were shit. And we were total shit. Like, Diaz was shit, Nunez was shit, Jota was shit. Are you trying to tell me that playing those three up front shouldn't have scored goals against Plymouth? We were absolutely crap against them. I'm not blaming Slot for that. I'm sorry. I'm just not blaming Slot. He played Gomez. He played Quansah. He played Curtis Jones. He played Kostas Tsimikas. He was absolutely dreadful in that game. And I think he played. Who did he play in midfield? He played McConnell, Endo, Chiesa played. Like honestly, like we we played loads of players. We should have won that game, but we just didn't. We were crap. It is what it is. Like you can't blame Slot for it. He certainly wasn't going to play Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah against Plymouth on a plastic pitch. Like it just wasn't going to happen. And none of us wanted us to even be in that competition in the first place. Like, so who cares? Who cares? Who cares if we don't win? We don't win the FA Cup and the League Cup, but we win the Premier League and we go far in the Champions League. Like, that's what I care about. Like, I've had so much grief off other people saying that I should want all the trophies. Unfortunately, we won the trophies that nobody cares about, and we didn't win the ones that people cared about with Klopp over the last couple of years. We went for every single trophy and finished with 2 crap ones, didn't we? And we had a massive trophy parade, which I thought was irrelevant, if I'm completely honest. Like, to have that massive trophy parade when you lost in the Champions League the day before, and you didn't win the Premier League. Like, it's always the Prem. It's always the Prem. It's the hardest trophy to win. It's the longest competition. It's always the Prem. It's the one you sing about the most. It's the one you sing about the most. All about the Prem. So next season, it will all be about the Prem again. And it better had be. It better had be all about the Prem again. And I'm not having fans whinge because we play a weakened team in the FA Cup or the League Cup, but then we win the Prem again. And they're like, oh, he shouldn't have rotated. Well, look what rotation got you. Because rotation just got you a really shit result against Chelsea. And we look terrible in that game. That's what rotation gets you. So it's all about the Prem. And that's exactly what it's all about, Jack. We want to get those league titles and we want to get it to 21. And then we're beyond Manchester United then. And it's going to take a long, long time before they even get back into the picture. But I'm not having us sit on 20 with them for a couple of years. I'm not having it. We go again. If we get Kevin De Bruyne, amazing. If we get Alvarez, amazing. Those two linking up would be phenomenal. And that could definitely get us another Prem. It could. And Mo Salah and Virgil deserve it. And Ali. Those three deserve it. And I'm not talking about the rat. He doesn't deserve it. He can bugger off to Real Madrid. And hopefully we can tonk them next season in the Champions League. It's all about the Prem. All about the Prem. Always has been, always will be. It's also what Slot wanted. As soon as Slot knew that there's an opportunity here to just go way beyond all the other teams. As soon as he could sense that they ain't going to catch us, we just keep on getting points, they're not going to get near us. Then he was fully focused on it, which is why he played so many players over and over again, because he just wanted to make sure that there was no mistakes. And if you take Liverpool out of the equation, it's an unbelievable season in the Premier League. If you take Liverpool out of the equation, I just want to show you this, by the way, quickly before I go. I want to show you this. This one here, yeah. I'm just going to show you this screen. Where is it? Full table. Sorry. 2 seconds. Just add to stage. Yeah, so if I just show you this, I'm just going to zoom in. Yeah, so this is Opta. This is the Opta website. So if you take Liverpool out of the equation, that is an incredibly competitive league. It really is. You've got Arsenal on 67 points, Manchester City on 64, Newcastle on 63, Chelsea on 63, Nottingham Forest on 61, Aston Villa on 60. And then you can go as far back to... You could go as far back to Fulham in 11th place, who could all potentially get into Europe. They've all got a chance of getting into Champions League, all of them. Yeah. And you've got Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, all having the possibility, if Arsenal were top of the league and Liverpool weren't there, just for example, they would all be in contention to win the league still. With 3 games to go, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 teams that can all win the league with 3 games to go. I don't think that's ever happened. Like, I haven't seen that in maybe 10 years. Like, I just haven't seen it. Like, so everyone to just sit there and go, oh, well, it's been an easy league. No, it hasn't. If you just look at the numbers, like you've got Arsenal that have drew 13 games. Yeah. Then you've got Bournemouth, the next team below, but on games drawn with 11. But then you've got Arsenal have lost 4, Manchester City have lost 9, and they are still only 3 points behind them. Like, they could literally overtake them, and they've lost 9 games compared to 4 games for Arsenal. It's been such a competitive league. Like, for anyone to talk about it being easy and Liverpool have won it because it was easy, it's just bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Because if you took Liverpool out of the equation, there are 6 teams. There are 6 teams that could all win the league with 3 games to go. I've never seen it. I've never seen that, like, in 10 years, maybe longer. There's nobody running away with it if Liverpool had run away with it, if that makes sense. So it's a very competitive league. Like we're all sat here thinking Man City might actually finish second, even though they've been dreadful. Like, they could finish second. Newcastle could finish second. Like, Arsenal have still got to play Newcastle. Arsenal have still got to play. Hang on. Arsenal have got to play us. Arsenal have still got to play Newcastle, so they might potentially not get any points out of those 2 games. And then Manchester City have got a couple of easy games, which means that they could pick up 6 points, which could leapfrog them above Arsenal, and so could Newcastle. So it's a really competitive league. So for people to talk about Liverpool not being great, not winning it on merit, is just it's so disingenuous. It really is. Anyway, that's all I've got to say in it. Anyway, next season we can do the same. If we could continue the form that we had, which is the same form now, yeah, into next season, and just continually winning games, whether they're 1-0, I don't care. Like, and I talked about this much earlier on in the season. Like, I genuinely knew that under Slot we'd win games and then close shop, or we'd wear teams out and we'd win 1-0. And I went on loads of shows and said, it's okay to win games 1-0. Like, our fans are upset with winning games 1-0. Like, I don't understand it. It's weird, because you're still winning games, and that's what it's about. And Slot came in and said, it's all about winning. Like, I don't care how we do it. It's all about winning. And that's what he's done. And that's what he's proven. We've lost 6 games this season. That's it. Sorry, 7 games all season, all competitions. That's unbelievable. And 2 of them didn't even matter. Like, 2 of the games we lost didn't even matter. Like we lost against PSV in the league, in the Champions League that we'd already won, so it didn't matter. And we lost against Tottenham in the first leg of the Carabao Cup that we went and won in the second leg. So it didn't matter. It genuinely didn't matter. So that's how I feel about it anyway. So I've actually talked about strikers. We've talked about Julian Alvarez, and I went through a deep dive, and we're linked with Kevin De Bruyne. Julian Alvarez, Kevin De Bruyne. Think about that next season. Anyway, big up, Jack. Big up for the sport, mate. Hopefully catch up with you on the 26th. Hope you're all well. Still loads of you in here tonight. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, please do. And also, if you do want to support the channel, I'll put a link in there for buy me a coffee. If you want to buy me a coffee, all good. And I will catch up with you soon. And also, just let you know, Arsenal lost and they're out. Great day. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.